What's good guys, Zennosh here, and today in this video of Tom Clancy's Elite Squad, I'm going to recommend you guys the top 3 soldier units in this game, which is definitely going to help you guys a lot when it comes to facing off your opponents in the PvE as well as the PvP contents. Alright, let's get this started. The top unit, or let's say the number 1 unit that I would really love to recommend you guys is gonna be the Sam Fisher. This guy is a striker and is of compost type as well, and right now he's locked because I have not actually got him so far. But anyways, let's look into his abilities that will actually show you guys like why he is really that super duper amazing. Alright, let's get this started. Well, his first skill is known as the Mark and Execute. That's an active ability right over there. Mark the enemy with the lowest health and fire a targeted shot. Okay, if the enemy is below 25% health, they are executed right away, which is like so cool, man. It's really good at controlling your opponents right off the bat. Okay, really having that, really securing that victory over your opponents, or really having that upper hand against the opponents right away. That is really cool in my opinion, guys. Okay, otherwise they are damaged for 80% ability power right off the bat, which I think is a really great amount of damage right over there, guys. Repeat until 4 shots have been fired. Okay, there we go. That's really cool indeed. All right, this ability is definitely going to give you an extra advantage even in the arena contest as well, where you think that just having that extra execution right over there is definitely going to provide you guys an extra advantage against your opponents right away, because like more the battle keeps on going longer, there's gonna be some chance that the opponents might actually make a comeback. Okay, and if you just can actually like execute them right away, that could be just right off the bat, short and sweet. Okay, there we go. Anyways, now let's move into the next skill right over here, known as the Silent Killer, which is a passive ability right over there, guys. When reaching 30% health, apply stealth for 5 seconds. Wow, that's really cool. Stealth is definitely going to provide him some really good sustenance right over there. Being able to like avoid any kind of incoming damage is definitely something that's going to improve his like survivability, which is kind of really helpful as a striker, because hey guys, looking into the stats, his armor and resistance, it's really low. Okay, and you might actually lose him really fast, and having that stealth on his side is something that would actually help him out in the battle content. Okay, right over there. He will also automatically cost his active and increase his ability power by up to 100%. Oh my god. Okay, think about that, man. More damage, okay, because most of the time the damage that is actually calculated depends upon the ability points, which actually says right over here determines the strength of all active and passive abilities. Okay, so there we go, guys. He is superb unit. Okay, right over there, guys. The last stuff with his skill sets is going to be the leader ability, which is known as the counter intelligence, which says plus 10% damage to the LMG or AL soldiers, which definitely is quite cool as well. More damage, guys, more damage. So if these are the units that are being used in the opponent's side, definitely he's going to have a advantage against them, and like just beat them up really nicely. Looking into the stats, definitely he's a squishy character unit indeed. Definitely you want to provide a lot of like good defensive shields with some really good tanks like guardian units or the enforcers. Okay, so make sure that actually does happen. His health is not really that superb as well, just 74 health points, so he definitely is a very squishy unit indeed. Provide him some really good shields and like barriers with those guardians that you have. Okay, try to really shield him up. And the next thing is that his ability power is pretty impressive, and his base damage is quite good as well, 22 points. That's really good as well. Okay, so there we go. That's the Sam Fisher for you guys as a first unit. How about the next unit? All right, let's look into the next unit. The number 2 recommendation that I would really love to recommend you guys is gonna be this Sueno. This guy, just look at it, man. It just looks so badass. He seems to be like that kingpin of his gangster squad. Okay, this guy is freaking badass. Okay, this guy, I really like it. Well, he's a guardian unit and he's enduring type. That means like he's going to really tank a lot and lots of damage. Yes, you heard me right. He's really that amazing guy right over there, guys. When it comes to survival, this guy is right over there gonna be tanking up a lot of damage that's coming up to your team. Anyways, let's look into his abilities. The first skill, or let's say the active ability, is known as the Fearless Leader. He taunts all enemies and heals 40% ability power for each enemy taunted. Wow. Right off the bat, it's so OP, man. He's actually going to taunt all the enemies. That means all the enemies are going to be forced to attack him, right? And on top of that one, he's also going to heal as well. Holy crap, man, that is really cool. I mean, like, it actually is depending upon the 40% ability power, okay? So that is also really good for each enemy taunted as well, which definitely improves his healing capacity as well. And that makes him one of the really greatest tank, maybe possibly the best tank in the game, okay? The next is gonna be the passive ability known as the True Believer. Incoming area damage is reduced by 90%. Wow. Okay. Also, Sueno regenerate 0.5% health per enemy targeting him as well. So there are a lot of varieties on how he's actually going to keep on, like replenishing his lost HP over and over and over again, which actually makes him a very enduring unit indeed. If this guy is around, definitely you are going to be able to keep your team alive for a very long time. But if you are going to face this guy in the opponent, definitely, I mean, like, you are gonna have a really freaking hard time to just get rid of this guy, okay? So that is that, guys. And finally, the leadership ability, Bravado, it says right over there, plus 15% health to Santa Blanca cartel soldiers, okay? So there we go, guys. That's definitely going to improve the like survivability of your entire team, definitely, if your team consists more of the Santa Blanca cartel soldiers, okay? There we go, guys. He's the cartel kingpin, it seems, okay? So I mean, like, he's a villain, right? Well, this guy, all right, let's look into the stats, guys. Look into his stats. His armor is definitely the super one. For armor stats, it's something that you cannot really joke about. Like, it's really, really cool. Resistance is going to be 2 points. That's really cool enough. And health is going to be like 126 points. That's really amazing. That's a lot of tanky points right over there, guys. It's just the basic stats, all right? Ability power being 17 and the base damage being 15. Well, it's not really that impressive, definitely, because he's a guardian unit. He's an enduring type. So don't really expect a lot from him. But when it comes to, like, really enduring, survival, and many other things, man, he's a top-notch unit right out there. And definitely he gets the 5-star right over there as well, right? So that is the Sueno. Alright, now let's move into the next character unit, which you might actually really love to hear about. And this guy is kind of really sick, okay? I like him. This guy is called Nomad. Okay, this guy, look at that, man. He's actually kind of like commanding the, officers behind him, it seems like that, like signaling with his fingers. Anyways, let's look into his abilities. This Nomad is an enforcer unit, okay, and dutiful, meaning like he is the defensive type unit as well. Well, he may not be really that as superb as the Sueno when it comes to like survival, but when it comes to abilities and weapons, he's something really badass, okay? Just look into it. He punishes the opponents really nicely. With his active ability, that's going to be the Sing Sword, which is the one of the best skill out there in the game, guys. Mark the 3 lowest health enemies and fire synchronized shots dealing 150% ability damage. That's a lot of damage, guys. And purging all positive effects. Wow. If any of the targets are below 35% health, they are executed. Think about it, man. It's a little bit like better version than compared to the Sam Fisher, right? Where he is actually going to mark that 25% of the health, but this guy is actually marking up the 35% of the health of the opponent, and they are going to get executed as well. Definitely, this is going to give you a very peculiar advantage against the opponents when it comes to the PvE as well as the PvP contents, okay? Even in the arena contents, it will really help you to control the situation really fast ASAP. All you need to do is just push your opponent's health to 35% or lower, right over there, guys. Okay, that is it, guys, and that's quite cool. Now let's look into his passive ability. That's going to be the thermal vision, okay? Immediately target any enemy that enters the stealth. Okay, you might actually be having problem with the Sam Fisher, all right, because like he's going into the stealth mode for like a really good amount of turns, right? And that can be quite problematic right over there, guys, because you just cannot target them. And in that case, this guy with the thermal vision is right going to be there, who is going to immediately target those units right over there, meaning like he's just not going to let them go. For 5 seconds, Nomad has 100% accuracy, meaning like he's not going to miss a shot. That is really cool, guys. And like really pairing it up with the Sing Shot, he's definitely a killer unit right out there, guys. I mean, like, as an enforcer, he has that kind of skills which just makes him a killer right over there, guys. And that's really amazing. Whereas for his leader ability, Squad Resilience, plus 10% health to Ghost, pistols, and enduring soldiers. Okay, so there we go, guys. All right, that's pretty cool enough, providing a really good survivability option right over there. On top of that, he actually is just really good at using his weapons. Okay, he's really an expert when it comes to weapons. So thanks to his skill stats right over there, guys, he's actually going to stay alive for a very long period of time. Why? Because look into his resistance, 3 points, man, that's a lot. Armor, 3 points, that is really quite impressive. And health points, 160 points, that is quite good as well. And ability power, 15 points, base damage, 18 points. In overall, guys, as an enforcer, he is really cool character right over there, guys. He's going to stand like strong for a very long period of time, and with his main ability, that's going to be the sink shot, he is going to make sure that the opponent is going to get oppressed a lot of times. Okay, I'm like for a very like frequent, like in a very frequent manner. Okay, so that is it, guys, and that's the Nomad for you guys. So these are the top 3 hero units that I would really love to recommend you guys right off the bat. The first one being the Sam Fisher, the second one being the Sueno, this guy, the tattooed guy, the badass leader of the gangster, okay, the kingpin. All right, and finally it comes to Nomad. Okay, this guy right over here with the really good beard. This guy is really cool at finishing up the opponents, and I would really love to say one more honorary mention. Okay, this guy is also really cool enough. That's going to be the Tachanka. Okay, this guy, look into it, he looks pretty cool. I mean, like, this guy is kind of really reminds me of like PUBG Mobile. But damn, look into it, man. He's an enforcer, okay, and he's intimidating as well. So Tachanka, okay, let's look into his abilities right over here. What is actually made of, okay? All right, he's quite a balanced unit. He's really good at suppressing opponents. Alright, so let's look at his active skill or active ability that's known as Sentry. Deploys a mounted LMG and sprays 20 piercing round at the target with the highest health. Okay, damaging enemies in a medium line for 15% ability power and removing 4% ability charge each shot. Meaning, like, you are really going to make a really great suppression against opponents. Being able to reduce their ability charge, definitely you are going to make sure that the opponents will not be able to use their ability as soon as possible. Okay, being just forced to use their basic attacks will not actually allow them to use, or let's say, like, deal a lot of damage against you guys, and that's definitely is going to help you control the outcome of the battle in the long run. And this guy is definitely going to help that out with his first active skill right over there, or let's say the active ability. While using the LMG, receives 40% armor and roots damaged enemies for 5 seconds. That's really cool right over there, guys. The enemies are pretty much fixed to their location right over there with the roots, right? And that is quite good, I would say. And the next thing is gonna be the passive ability right over there, guys. It's called the Barbed Wire. Applies minus 10% ability damage each second to the current target to a maximum of 5 times. Remains for 1 second after changing target. Okay, so there we go, guys. Man, that's quite cool indeed. Alright, that's quite a good amount of damage, I would say, and it's quite good for the PvE as well as the PvP content as well. Quite good. And when it comes to the leader ability, that's gonna be the obvious target, plus 30% damage to control targets, to SZ or to enduring soldiers. Man, just think about it. It's going to quite improve your damage output right over there, guys. Wow. Just look at that, man. Let's look at that. That's cool, isn't it? And he's an enforcing unit, and he's an intimidating unit. Now let's look into his stats right over there, guys. Alright, when it comes to the resistance, 2 points, not really that bad. Armor, 3 points, that's quite good enough as well. And health is 126 points, that makes him really, really tanky indeed. And ability power and base damage is not really that superb, but hey guys, he is actually a really good enforcer right over there. All right, having a really good like utility skills right out there to suppress the opponents, that's definitely going to improve his scope during the battle and in the battlefield. Okay, so that is pretty much it, guys. So these are the heroes that I really do recommend and say to you guys that these guys are definitely going to make a huge difference in your team composition if they are available in your team. All right, and these guys are just going to make sure that you have more victories with much easier gameplay styles. And this is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to keep on enjoying the contents of my channel. See you guys in the next video.